Hey, this is DMNY. Today I'm coming to you with a video about how to put CNR grip tape on the Kush Nug Hi. Now CNR grip tape is my favorite tape and the Kush Nug Hi is my favorite pad on the market. When you put those two things together, you just get a big old ball of awesome sauce. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a template like this to put on an XR pre-cut and then make a pre-cut for the Kush Nug Hi. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Vandal-a Industries for hooking me up with this great sweatshirt. Alright guys, subscribe and have an awesome day.
So the grip tape on my Kush Nug Hi was looking pretty beat, and I decided I wanted to get the same great feel CNR tape that I had on my front sensor on my back. So I hit up Nick at CNR, said I needed that good for my Kush Nug, and he got back to me with 2 XR pieces and 2 pint pre-cuts, and I got to work. So first, take out all your bolts from your fender or your flight fins. You're going to put them aside in a jar or an ashtray. This way you can make sure you don't misplace them. Then you're going to take all that junk out and you're going to clean it with Windex and make sure you have a nice clean work area, because it's always important. And I just look at how bad that tape got. I needed to really replace it. So got that all cleaned up. Then I got my hair dryer out. And you're going to take your hair dryer and you're going to set it to the highest setting and then put it on a low fan speed, because that's going to get you the highest heat. Then you're just going to go a circular motion around the pad till you get it nice and warm and loosen up that glue. Once you loosen up the glue, it should come off pretty easy. You can work it at a 45-degree angle and just go nice and even, and then use the hair dryer to loosen it up as you go. And that'll kind of help you get it off in nice in one piece and without any problem. And always use your patience. Take as long as it takes. Save that piece of grip tape because you're going to need it later. Now you're going to take a piece of paper and a sketch pencil and your Kush Nug Hi, and you're going to place the paper over and trace it just like old school kindergarten style. You're going to make your stencil out of that, and you're going to take it and put it aside. You're going to get your XR piece, and you're going to put that up against the back. And you're going to use it to make sure when you hold it up to the sun that you can see that you have it lined up nice for when you do the next step. So you're going to take that, and you're going to embolden that line a little bit with a black pen, and you're going to get it and get an X-Acto knife or a box cutter, and you're going to take it and put a backing behind it. Now I'd recommend getting cardboard and a piece of wood, putting that as a backing, because you're going to have to press really hard with your X-Acto knife or your box cutter in order to get the pressure you need to cut through those really thick granules and get a nice even cut. So apply even hard pressure and push as you go around. Then you're going to take that and you're going to peel it apart and take off all those little pieces. You should get a nice cut with the razor blade because it's going to be so sharp that it'll get it, right around that round edge. Anything you need to get off extra, use a scissor and that'll help clean it up. And then once you have it lined up and you're feeling confident, you're going to be able to move on to the next step, which is placing it. So when you're confident and you're ready to place it, take off that adhesive backing and make sure you've cleaned up with some Windex and got a nice clean surface. And when your surface is clean and you've got it lined up, take off that backing like I said, and just roll it on nice and even. The way my hand looks in that picture, you're going to be doing that with both hands. And then as you roll it on slow, you're going to want to work it with your fingers and try to get out all the air bubbles. If it's hurting your fingers, you can take a shoe like I'm about to do in the next picture and take the shoe and use the heel to work it around. And that'll help get all those air bubbles out and get it on there nice and tight. Now you're going to take that piece of grip tape from earlier and you're going to sand it around all the edges just very lightly. That's going to help get a nice adhesion and help you not have it prematurely come up. Now take your screwdriver, put all your bolts you put aside back in. Make sure you get those ones on the bottom back in so your board doesn't fall apart. And you should be looking great. Then you're going to say to me, Gabe, what are we going to do with that front end? It still looks bad. Well, we're going to take that tape off too. Now this is a little bit higher stakes, but if you've practiced on your back pad, this should be a breeze. You're going to take off that fender like before, clean everything up, vacuum, wipe it down, then get out your hair dryer. Same thing, high setting, low fan, and get that high heat. And then now you're going to work that corner. Now just take your time on this because it's a sensitive part and you have a sensor inside of there. And if you damage it, it's going to be messed up and you're going to have to order a new one. So you're better off just taking your time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever amount of time it takes you to heat that up and work it. Now work the whole sensor, but especially work that corner. And then as you go, use the hair dryer. That's going to really help you loosen it up and get it off there evenly and without damaging anything, most importantly. As you heat it and get it off there, you pull it back at a 45-degree angle. It's important that you do it this way because it'll just give you a better grip as you go. Once you have it off, you're going to want to spray it with some Windex so you have a nice clean work surface like before. And that's going to really help you when you go to the next step, which is, once again, just lining up everything, getting ready to basically put a giant sticker on there. It's a little easier this time because we're not cutting anything, because C&R makes pre-cut pint pieces, which is perfect. So once you're confident in the way you're going to lay it on, take off that adhesive back, and then again, just roll it on nice and slow with both hands, just the way my fingers are. Just pinch it and then roll it, and it'll go on there perfectly. Just take your time when you line it up. Make sure you're confident before you stick it on. That's the main thing. Take your time. So roll it on. Make sure you don't get any air bubbles in there, and even if you do, you could just work them out towards the edges again. Then you're going to take your old grip tape, work that edge, grind it down, and make sure you got it sealed by sanding those edges. And you should be looking great. So you're going to put all your bolts back in again. And once you got all the bolts back in, you're going to want to get ready to do a sensor check on your board. Because even though it's looking great, you might have damaged something and you don't want to have an accident. So check your left sensor, your right sensor, or whichever, right and then left, up to you, and then both at the same time. And then once you know that those are working and you have it leveled off, you're going to be ready to go take it for a test drive. Now, I just love the way this grip tape feels on the board. It feels like cushy, even though there's no cushioning under there. And you just feel locked in. It's kind of like you have your feet in some kind of bindings that aren't even there, like mystic bindings. So I just love it. And at high speed, I feel confident. I feel like I'm not going to wobble off or anything. It's just great. You feel like you have more control when you have C&R on the front and the back. And when it's on a Kush Nug, oh my God, it is so comfortable. I don't know what it is, but I guess just layer upon layer of awesomeness just creates a beautiful effect of comfortable foot. And it's going to give you confidence, because when you're locked in, it makes you want to go big. Well, that wasn't big, but hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day.